Hello, my name is Vee Chorabik, and this is my portfolio for my application for the PhD in Contemporary Arts at SFU. Recently, I started this project, Sapphic Sanctuary, and I exhibited it at Enabling Arts. From left to right here, you can see the queer feminist saints I chose to depict. We have Saint Joan of Arc, Saint Hildegard of Bingen, Saint Teresa of Avila, and Saint Marcia P. Johnson. In the center, I've created this stained glass homage to Saint Hildegard. It is inspired by her illuminated manuscript, though I have created some changes. For instance, the center has these 4 quadrants that represent winter period, spring follicular, summer ovulation, and fall luteal, creating a balance between our bodies and the worlds around us, and the spiritual and bodily connection to the seasons and the menstrual cycle. On opening night, I dressed as Sister Sodomy, my nun Sona, and had these queer religious practices. So one of my participants here, I have baptized him by spitting in his mouth. This was a very impromptu thing, but I would like to delve deeper into these religious practices. There are other ways that I have sodomized or queered the Christian Catholic practices, such as changing the word amen to a woo, because if you took the word amen and changed it to a woman, but then took men out of it, it would be a wa, but a woo makes it more accessible to the furries in the room. I also created these stickers and pamphlets with this sort of titty cross logo that I've been sharing around Vancouver in different locations, my favorite being local churches. To follow along in this kind of queering of religion and now queering of politics, I'm working on this collaborative project with Holly Winter called Chap for Mayor. So Chap El Mon is their drag Sona, and they're going to run for mayor of Vancouver with me as their campaign manager. So this is a very silly yet serious project, giving focus to what's happening in politics through the lens of art and queerness and drag and glitter and all that gay glory. I've worked with Holly on other projects. This is a series of sock puppets that I made for one of their performances, and here's a little video showing it in action. So I participated in the making as well as the distributing during the participation with the sock puppets. So cute and fun. Collaboration has become a big part of my art practice. Here's a series of portraits that I made with participants. So they painted themselves as I painted them at the same time on the canvas to represent their inner and outer worlds. In 2023, I had a solo exhibition at Slice of Life Gallery. The following images are a few of the works that I made there. This is a collaborative painting I made with Lily Flanjack. It expresses the collaborative element of painting as well as loving one another. This was exhibited at Slice of Life Gallery and later at the Queer Arts Festival. I also created these paintings that aren't paintings. I really enjoy blurring the boundaries of categories. I call these soft paintings, but it's using just fabrics to create compositions that feel painterly. In 2022, I started a artist collective called Jam Studios, and this was a solo exhibition I made there called What is Love? For the exhibition, I created a series of still life paintings that represented moments of love. On the left here, we have Mother's Milk, which represents a moment of finding light amongst grief. My best friend's mom had just passed away, and we were on a little road trip, and there was just this moment where this milk container was under the light, and I just had to paint it. And on the right here, we have The Night I Knew, which depicts the moment of love and connection when you first leave a toothbrush at your partner's house, and they touch, and it's gay and cute. Takes Three to Tango is a queering of Matisse's dance, but instead of depicting humans, I've here depicted little furries on a polyamorous adventure. It's a little bit of a self-portrait. I am the fox creature on the left, and this was painted during a really intense breakup and just kind of depicting the ups and downs of love and polyamory and deconstructing cis-mono-heteronormative relationships. This one's a true self-portrait. The birds and the fur bees. In my work, I'm often exploring identity and sexuality, and here I'm showing the humor and anxieties of my own sexuality. And so we have this little kitty furry creature on the edge of a cliff while this giant Furby dragon floats in the background. Lioness is another work I exhibited at What is Love. It is a 10 by 7.5 foot assemblage painting. I sewed a bunch of fabrics together to create this lioness. If you don't know, some lionesses do have manes, and it shows the natural queerness of sex and gender in nature. Nature is queer. And I also had these little cherubs there to depict the spiritual aspect of feeling in tune and in line with one's gender. My final MFA project was this installation piece that blurred the boundaries of the public and private space. It also created a safe space for queer, specifically trans folks, amongst the peak of COVID-19. I was working at the Writing Center at Emily Carr, and I had a lot of people tell me it was very difficult to function in COVID-19 because they had to live with family, and family who didn't use their proper pronouns or name. And so a lot of the works in here discuss that sort of feeling of, you know, being dead named over and over and over again, and just trying to find play and pleasure in a time of intense pain. So yeah, I do a lot of different kinds of work. I'm a transdisciplinary artist. I really enjoy collaborating with people. On the left here, we see some banner making at the Dyke March, and on the right here is a photo of me with one of my masks. So I do this annual mask making masculinity event, and this year I got some grant money to do it as well, so that's very exciting. But yeah, so feel free to follow me on social media or whatever, and thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.